Welcome back for our weekly edition of the Divine Masculine. Yes, I pulled the cards and it is looking pretty juicy this week. Definitely do feel this has something to do with the transits. I can feel it in the air. I know what I must do now. Now, the first card we have coming out the gate, it's really oozing the Hangman. Now, I'm kind of feeling as though Divine Masculine is having a revelation here of the sacrifices they've made today, how far they've come. But there is a shift in the air. There is this revelation that it's almost like we're turning into new individuals. Our needs are changing. Our desires, our hopes, our revelations are coming. And it is very intuitive at nature. Already straight off the bat, my guides were saying, you're going to have to get the clarifiers out. This is going to be quite an interesting read. I do feel they're really looking at the future. And when we do look at this overall energy, they are looking at toxic traits of the past, really wanting to transform them. And I'm hearing the term wishing, it's almost like the Alice in Wonderland and sipping from the cup and, drinking the poison and wishing they didn't go down that rabbit hole. And as much as we would love to turn time back and love to do things differently, I feel they're having to let that situation go, but also to actually look at what they are currently dealing with right now. Because time's ticking. Their life is valuable. What they do with their life is valuable, and they're really wanting to live with purpose. So the crowning energy to me is showing a willingness to sacrifice short-term pain for long-term gain, I'm hearing, for the bigger picture of life. And I do think this does come down to relationships as well. I do think many of them have had some situations in their life that has caused issues with their wellness, issues with their self-esteem and confidence. I do see a lot of these individuals this week wanting to get into health kicks and really wanting to be this bold new vision of themselves. And they do feel in the heart of hearts, it's almost like the shadow work in the heart chakra is saying, look, to date, how you've been addressing these circumstances doesn't feel correct. What do we need to do now, to take a leap forward? I do think they're doing things, I would say quite traditionally. It's interesting that we do have the Capricorn energy showing up here and really resisting temptation. Because to a degree, yes, they are going to do things traditionally, but to a degree also they're having to do something very, very new, which is listening to their intuition, listening to their bodies and their hearts, and really honoring those things. Also, I do think the sacrifice that they're willing to make is also so that people don't get hurt. And I think it's a intuitive energy. It's a logical energy of what they're going to do and how to manage it. So it's a process of elimination I see happening here. Now, when we do look at the read overall, it's almost like they are looking at the current state of where they are, which is, okay, I'm making sacrifices. Are they taking me anywhere? Looking to the past of unhealthy manners, unhealthy ways, maybe toxic individuals and habits. This also can be changes in diet, relationships, people, places, and things. And the outcome card is mortality. Now, I'll read the cards. Life is brief, bright, beautiful, and it's yours to live. Now, it is, again, health. What we do versus what other people do, what positions we have in things. Now, I'm looking at this as a weekly overview, and spiritually, I can see from the foundation, we do have the energies here really looking at health and wellness, really knowing that if they're wanting to get somewhere, they're going to have to put the legwork in. And it's almost like making a wish in this domain. And I especially feel they're looking at how it directly impacted divine feminine, how unhealthy relationships have impacted them and really changed the way that they view relationships. Potentially they were making sacrifices for individuals that weren't making sacrifices for them. And now in the mix, they're looking at it and they haven't forgotten the dream. The dream is the dream, but it does feel they're coming out of a delusional state. And I also feel they're having a revelation that a karmic situation needs to come to a close. We're going to move back to the top and I'm going to dig deeper to see what they're wanting us to know about this situation. Yeah, something's not feeling so pretty. It's a very serious it's a very serious attitude they're taking on with this. It's yeah, it's almost undeniable. That's the term I'm hearing, undeniable. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So initially I do feel they were sacrificing, they were hoping that at a point things would change. They're now feeling that it's them that needs to change situations. It's like pulling a tower down. We do have the card of Pluto here. Something coming to a close, something ending. Something that they had initially had hopes to address, or that would just naturally, kind of like a cycle, be addressed. Yeah, this is too much a good thing. This is means and ways of dealing with things. These are patterns and habits. I'm hearing the term two's company, three's a crowd. I also feel there could have been some friendships involved, and I do think some friends are going by the wayside. I do feel there are some old friends also for some coming out of the woodworks to give these individuals some guidance, and it's almost helping them return to their natural roots. Okay, they feel like they're needing to go backwards to go forwards, but this doesn't feel like they're going backwards. This feels like they're moving towards divine feminine. They're actually getting back on their journey. They're moving towards the destination of the past to rectify some situations. Okay. They are worried. They're very, very, well, I can't even speak. They're very regretful they didn't take a leap of faith. There is an element of an apology. I do feel some are going to be describing how they were feeling and the reasons why. For some, there could have been a left turn in their path. This could have been because of the death of a relative. It's almost like it took them backwards. I'm hearing it screwed things up. Okay, what do they want you to know? Yeah, like they totally get it. They were good. They were getting there. And it's like they're just making a reference point to the fact that, you know, they had this plan, they were moving forward, crap went down and they went back in their heads, and that, you know, there's regret to do with this. They're very regretful that they didn't take a leap of faith. They're coming through very traditional. They want to return to innocence. They want to purify their souls. Where we've got the devil card, we've got almost like returning to innocence in the priest. I do think they're being more cautious about who they trust here. But it's this purification of the soul that they're wanting. They're wanting to heal things. They're wanting to do things and to prove to you that things can be better. Some of you, they may be reaching out to a family member. Others, they can be turning in towards a spiritual guru for guidance. Okay. They are really wanting to heal with divine feminine. They do feel that you've been waiting way too long. There could be a particular location that you shared with them that was very sacred. They're missing the innocence of the connection. Yeah, we're definitely making reference to location. So some of you might have had a very special location that you met with this person. It's a bit like sliding doors. The reference they're showing me, it's almost like this meeting place. It's like, I'll see you here in 5 years, or, you know, it's one of those kind of statements, but it's a very special place, whatever this is, for those of you who this message directly resonates. Some of them are having dream states to do with you. Some of them also were really wanting to bring that vision about. They're also making reference to those that are in a karmic relationship. There is a turning of a corner here. This also they're making a reference to marriage. In their subconscious mind, if this is a new situation, they're feeling they're not wanting to go through with it. If it's an old situation, that both parties, both situations here that they're showing me, both scenario ships rather, yeah, it's separations. We have wedding in reverse and we have wife in reverse. So it's just really saying, regardless of what way this thing is playing out, they're saying that, to rest assured, this was not their dream. This it's sort of like intuitively they're like, hey, why do I feel so different all of a sudden? This was something I was working on. Now why do I feel all of a sudden I'm not wanting to? Yeah, because it's actually coming to a close. It's coming to an end. There's been a lot of changes, and they feel in their life that they're also having revelations that a lot of these changes was what they were doing, but particularly it was there's a lot of space in between karmic individuals. Yeah, this is am I making the right decision? Am I really making the right decision here? And I really feel they know they're not. I do feel some have almost gone into complete hermit mode. And it feels as though February, especially after especially after January, it feels moving in February, they're sort of like, right, it's time to deal. It's time to move forward. Yeah, we've got the soldier here. It's time to move forward. Okay, how are they relating to divine feminine, please? What does divine feminine need to know in this? I do think an apology is coming through. I do feel feminine kind of looking at them like it's white noise, but this individual really, really, really grasps the fact that this energy needs to be put in the correct location. Okay, I do see some actually defending you. Okay, some of you may be out and about with friends when this communication comes in. Some of you also through the grapevine are going to hear of a separation. This can be for those of you that have a twin in a karmic relationship. This also could be via a karmic's profile. Yeah, shit's about to go down. Okay, 3 cards for divine feminine, please, and their heart space of how they feel for divine feminine. Very sad. They feel very sad. Yeah, they feel very sad. They want to be able to be free to be with you, free with, no inhibitions. I don't know why. It feels like an eclipse energy. This seems to be an apology that's going to come through. This could be at night time. They really feel quite worthless there. They totally understand how you feel. Yeah, it's an apology. This is a person who is very regretful of making choices, very regretful of putting other people above you, of drinking the poison from, the cup. And an apology is on its way, definitely wanting to move in towards you. This individual is very down. They're very down. So it's a very heartfelt connection. It's a very heartfelt emotional statement. Wouldn't be surprised for many of you if you do get some gossip coming through and or communication. Take care. But this person's opening up. This person's definitely getting ready to exit stage of a toxic situation.